Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here, welcome back to more Enderal, where we're gonna just be on our way with Calia. We're down here in some ruins together with her, exploring, trying not to get mauled by vicious things and or Calia's secret super demon powers. That would suck.
I suppose we found our machine.
Oh my.
At least, what's left of it.
Hello.
Do you feel anything, Saira? With your gift, I mean.
Wait, what did you call me? Nothing, no. But this thing, I haven't even had a chance to look at the thing. This thing looks familiar, somehow. Let's take a look around.
Agreed. Maybe we can even take some small parts of it with us right now. The Order will transport the rest to Ark by Myrad.
What are we looking at? Oh, this. Okay.
What strange metal. It didn't rust at all, despite all the time it's been here.
This is something, alright. Alright. Let's go collecting some parts.
Correct. Nothing else possesses that much raw, magical power.
Correct indeed. Alright. Let's be on the lookout for more parts that we can pick up. Anything I can bring with me. Just need a little souvenir. A little proof of my visit here. Ooh. What's that?
It works in a way we have not even come close to comprehending, like a cosmic force.
Huh. Ambrosia! Oh, you guys know how to spoil me. Gosh, I've been looking for Ambrosia forever. Ah. Thank you. My Magicka's regenerating. Joy to the world. Okay. One more piece now. One more piece that we have to find. Probably one more vision to assault our mind senses. Oh my.
All this energy, it's useless without the Numinos.
Alrighty. That was something.
Yes? Found something?
What about these parchments?
They look useful. Let's take them to the Chronicum.
That looks useful, whatever it is.
Yes? Yes, you're right. How is it possible that it moves all by itself? Let's take it with us.
Look what I found. Does this seem useful?
Let me see. Yes, it does indeed. Seems to be some kind of energy storage, but it's empty.
I think that's all we need for now. Let the Order take the rest.
Yes, I think you're right. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. Let's go talk to Pegast.
Alright, let's go back to good old Ishari. This is the wrong way.
Now that was quick. So, what did you find?
You were right. There is a machine back there. At least there was once. The years have taken their toll on it.
Well, that's not much of a surprise considering how long it was down here. And as long as we can reconstruct it, that's alright. I sent some of my men back to Ark. We'll request a caravan to get all the parts back to the temple and see what we can do from there. Let's just hope it really will help us against this cleansing, whatever it is. As much as I admire Pyrean technology, I don't like the idea of putting our lives in the hands of it.
We found this near the machine. Maybe this can give us a little insight into what it really is.
Let me see. Interesting. Truly interesting.
What?
Seems that this machine was only some kind of prototype. The real one the Pyreans were working on must be somewhere else. Plus, there's also a name for it. The Pyreans called it the Beacon.
That's poetic.
Indeed. Well then, it seems like you and your visions have once again saved the day, Prophet. There's a lot for us to do now. If you've taken care of your business here, I suggest you head back to Ark and report to Old Oranthiel.
What do you think, Saira? Do you want to leave now or stay a little longer?
Let's go, girl.
Good. There you are. Pegast's mages have already told the Grandmaster about our find, and they're waiting for us in the Emporium. Let's go.
Alright. If you insist, my lady. What are you doing? Grabbing at the flowers. No, no, just keep doing your thing. Didn't mean to disturb you in your very important flower picking ritual. Calia, just okay, good. Good girl.
All that I am saying is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness. And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat the cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Sharim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Oh, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Aranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now, get to work. You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. That still leaves the sigil stone.
You mentioned this stone before. What do we need it for?
It's simple. I've told you that the Pyreans knew about the cycle, and that they too battled it before they vanished. The sigil stone was a magical defense they created to protect themselves from the red madness.
Protect how?
Through small fragments that segregate once a certain ritual is performed on it. Wear one of these fragments and it will serve you like a shield for your spirit. The stone won't produce enough for all citizens of Ark, but enough for all of us keepers and the guard. The problem is that we lack knowledge about this ritual, and those who have it have been dead for millennia.
So that's why we need the memory of a dead person.
Correct. The entire plan revolves around a discovery which is exhibited in the Chronicum. The frozen corpse of a Pyrean, which a fisherman found adrift in the Northern Sea some years ago.
And we somehow have to access his memory?
Yes, the ice prevented his body from decaying. But go to the Chronicum and speak to Archmagister Maragil. He will be able to explain it better than I can.
Okay. But before that, what I think we should do is that we should... Well, the game already knew what was on my mind. We gotta go talk to Calia about what happens. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory considering we know her backstory with the whole, you know, village was destroyed thing and everything, so... We shall see. Oh.
Some people just don't know their place in the world.
They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves.
Here's Calia. Am I interrupting?
Saira, good to see you. Do you need anything?
Not really. I just came to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
About old Othelgrad, I take it?
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on.
Isn't this a pleasant surprise?
So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in.
I can understand that. So what did you want to discuss?
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad. I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
That's putting it mildly. That's a nice way to put it, yeah. That's one way to put it. You seemed upset.
Upset. You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
So you do know what actually happened?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling coupled with an image.
A feeling? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
So that was, what, a memory? Something that really happened? I'm not sure I'm following.
It was something that actually happened, I'm sure of it. But the memory, it was somehow blurred. Like a dream, but a very vivid one.
What happened then?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
I'm not sure I can follow. What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Dathulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Dathulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
In other words, you have some kind of demon inside you?
If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of temptation. One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it.
And I'm guessing this power you suddenly had when you killed a bandit comes from this entity inside you?
Yes, it is immense, Saira. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely.
That's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad, I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled, complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions, no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
And is there nothing you can do about this? No way to banish this monster?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out, especially as strained as the situation is right now.
Well, I don't really dare go after these optional choices anymore, because the game sort of spooked me from them. But if violence provokes this thing, why are you with the military wing of the Order?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village. And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't, I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
You definitely don't lack determination. I like you.
Determination alone hasn't helped anyone yet. Let's talk again in a few years, and we'll see if my good intentions have actually produced results.
I don't have any doubts about that.
I'd like some time by myself now, and thanks for listening.
I thought I was done dating girls with mental disorders, but that's fucking terrifying. But it's not unlike,
Yes.
I don't know, people talking to themselves. It's not unlike certain people in the real world who have a certain other side to them that they can't really control. That whole scene with Calia triggered me. Oh well, let's try to focus on the quest at hand, wherever we have to go now. Okay, so we made our way to the Chronicum in the Sun Temple. Let's go into the basement here. We were told to talk to somebody.
So what's so spectacular about this? To me, our pal here looks like your average crypt corpse.
Well, he isn't. Do you see this marking on his forehead? That's a symbol of the Ashian, one of the two priest castes who reigned over the Pyrean Empire like the Lightborn did over Vin. He was no high priest, but more than an acolyte. Let's just hope he participated in the manufacture of the sigil stone back in the Pyrean era.
Well, hoping can't hurt. But look, we have company.
I'm over here.
Varag, Archmagister.
Oh, him.
Situation.
Damn it. So awkward.
Walk blessed, Grandmaster. We're fine. Everything is ready. So this is him?
Yes, this is the Prophet.
Interesting. Truly interesting. I imagined you to be different. I'm Lexiel Marigil, Archmagister of the Holy Order. Pleased to make your acquaintance. So, where do we start? Has the Grandmaster already informed you of the goal of this mission?
We're supposed to somehow get a memory from this dead Pyrean, because he knows the missing words for the ritual.
Correct. Now you're wondering, how will this be possible? This is where the Word of the Dead comes into play. An old relic we'll need to find.
The word of the dead? I thought that was a legend.
No, it exists. And we also know where. Just so you understand, the Word of the Dead is an artifact that allows entering a deceased person's mind to relive his last memories as if they were your own.
And you want to do just that with our frozen pal here. This is the grand plan, right?
Right. You'll need to locate the Word of the Dead, teleport the Pyrean's body to you, and then enter his thoughts. And there you'll have to look for the words of the ritual.
Assuming I somehow get into these memories, what exactly do I need to look for?
Well, we only lack the last words of this ritual. What you have to look for is an ornamental scroll, which looks just like the one on the drawing I'll give you in a moment. All you have to do is remember the glyphs and the scroll, then write them down once you're back in the waking world.
Alright then. So where can we find this Word of the Dead?
Well, this is...
There's an old manor in Enderal's west that belongs to an old collector of artifacts. We received a tip that the Word of the Dead is in his possession.
Hang on. Are you talking about this odd fellow with the puppets? The aged man from the folk song?
I am.
So we'll have to travel to his manor and somehow take the artifact from him?
You won't take it. It will be enough to find it, use it on the Pyrean, and then leave. You will travel to the manor with Dalvarek, wait for nightfall, and then introduce yourself to the aged man as a fellow collector of artifacts. Then you will offer him this brooch, and if all goes well, he will offer you a quarter for the night to negotiate in the morning. Then it's all a matter of timing. Sneak out of your room, look for the Word of the Dead, and teleport the Pyrean to you.
And how exactly am I supposed to use this Word of the Dead on the Pyrean?
A good question,
no, that's not what
but no. The aged man is special, so to speak. Even the Lightborn ordered us to let him live in peace. The Black Guardian knows why. So, if we have to trick him, we will at least do it inconspicuously, which is why you and the mercenary are well suited for the task. No one will connect your faces to the Holy Order.
And how exactly am I supposed to use this Word of the Dead on the Pyrean?
Archmagister?
Yes, well, that is a good point. We don't know, because we don't even know what the artifact looks like. But how goes the saying? The proof of the eating is in the pudding.
We'll manage somehow. And even if we don't, it definitely sounds like an adventure.
It's a great responsibility, be aware of that. But I have faith in both of you. Now get going as soon as you can. This mission will be fruitful. I can feel it.
Little mission with Yaspar right here.
And there they go.
So, shall we go?
Yep. Just meet me at the Myrids Tower at the Western Cliff. I'll go grab my stuff now.
Myrid Tower, Western Cliff. See you there. Alright. Took a little Mirad to the tower that was requested of me. You're beautiful, aren't you? You're beautiful.
Already dark? Oh my, how the time flies by.
Indeed.
What blessed friend. Where are you headed?
Hold on. Am I the only one hearing a bear? I hear a bear around here. That can hardly be safe. Okay, we'll just leave it be, I suppose. Never mind. Yo, Yaspar.
Ah, there you are. Ready to go?
So much to do, so little time.
What's the story behind that scar of yours?
The scar? Well, let's put it this way. If you one day end up in a Talgalean tavern and two 6-foot-tall Arazalian women invite you into their room, you should either damn well know who they are or make a run for it.
Targul?
Never heard of it? It's the capital of Araziel. At least if you ask the civilized people.
Let me guess. You did neither.
Hands up. Guilty. Some rich snob had hired me back then to bring him a totem from one of the camps of the Free People. That is, the Arazelians who worship their ancestors' gods, instead of the Lightborn, and live as nomads. Since you're part of Razalian, I'll just assume you know a little about the conflict between the civilized and the Free People there. The assassinations, the blood feuds, and so on. The usual, if two sides both believe they're on the right side of history. No idea how much you know about Araziel, but the Free People have been in conflict with the civilized people, who do worship the Lightborn for centuries now. Assassinations, blood feuds, and so on. The usual, if two sides both believe they know it all better. Anyway, obviously this job of mine originated from that feud. The totem belonged to a free tribe, and the snob wanted it in order to publicly defile it. So I got it for him.
What, and you didn't feel remorse?
Oh, why, of course. I still cried myself to sleep months after that. Seriously, why should I? Both the free and civilized are so eager to bash each other's heads in, it's not like one defiled totem more or less would have made any difference.
And I guess those two Arizalian women were of the free people?
Correct. And I was a little drunk and a little lonely, if you get what I mean. Have you ever seen a pure-blooded Arazalian woman in her 20s? It's really hard to say no to that. In any case, as you already noticed, the whole thing went down differently than expected. My face made acquaintances with a table leg and 4 absolutely untender women's feet and hands. And of course the totem was gone, together with all my clothing and money. I guess I had that coming somehow. That's what happens if you ask your loins rather than your head in the wrong situations.
True. They took your clothing?
Yeah.
I need... So... Mind if I think this is funny?
Oh, whoa, such a cold world this is. I present you my deepest scars, you thank me with naught but mockery. Be damned, O impish creature. But anyway, how does the saying go? A truly beautiful face can never be tarnished.
Nothing more attractive than a modest man.
And that's why you enjoy working with me.
Yeah, let's go.
Wonderful. Here, this is the place where the aged man's manor is supposed to be. Lead on. I'll follow you.
You follow me? Into the depths of oblivion itself? Wait, there is no such thing. Unless we get really old and start forgetting things. Well then, guys and girls. Looks like Jesper and I are gonna go through the darkness together to find the aged man's abode. You keep singing about the aged man's abode and then you say, Blazes, sorry, I know I can't sing, and then you repeat it 5 minutes later. You're great, Jesper. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode of Enderal. Have a still good day, take care and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.